Let's paint a daisy together. I'm in my art journaling era and I'm thoroughly enjoying this really relaxed way of painting. So with a new page ready, we can make a start on this really cute daisy tutorial. Just a few supplies today. Use whatever you have in your own set. I'm going to be drawing straight onto my watercolor paper with my pen, and your outline, as you can see here, is free, waiting for you over on our free version of Patreon. More details about that a little bit later on. The ink I'm using is waterproof. The pen I'm using is an Esterbrook Niblet, and I absolutely adore just using it straight onto the watercolor paper because it just means I can work with my mistakes instead of constantly erasing them. If you don't like working straight onto the paper as I am, of course you can trace it down with your free outline. That is my gift to you. A really simple daisy shape today, and like I said, we're just using a few supplies. The paper that I'm using is called the Beetle Sketchbook from Deep Light. It's a handmade watercolor paper and it forms part of my art journal. I really enjoy using it. It's not your traditional watercolor paper and it might feel a little bit different if you're new to using it, but once you get used to the kind of texture of this paper, it's really lovely and something I recommend. All the paints I'm using today are from Deep Light. They are my favourite watercolours and I just enjoy using them. And as always, I'll say that it's important that you use the colours that you like. I've chosen a really muted green colour for my background and I'm just adding some water to this little jug. I'll explain why I'm doing that a little bit later on. The first colour that I'm going to mix is a colour called Eternity. It's one of Deep Light's granulating paints and I love the effect that it has. So I'm working wet on wet for the background. So that means that I'm adding water where I'm going to drop the paint into, and it means that it just makes the application process a lot easier than working wet and dry, and it also makes the most of the granulating paint. As you can see, because I'm adding water to that slightly damp ink, I'm getting a little bit of bleed through on the outside edge, but I actually don't mind this effect. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting it to happen, but I actually really like it. So we'll carry on as if it's not happening. It's fine. That's the thing with art journaling. It doesn't have to be perfect. And if you make a mistake, and I don't consider this to be one, but if you do make a mistake, you can work around it. You can add a sticker, you can put some washi tape, you can paint over it with gouache, whatever you like. I'm dropping in this colour. This is Eternity, as I've said. If I'm honest, I could have waited a little bit longer before dropping in this paint because you can see that it's slightly floating on the surface, and it wouldn't have hurt if I'd waited maybe a minute or two longer, but actually it's fine and I'll carry on. It does make the application a lot easier because of that float. It means that I can just stretch that paint a little bit longer and make it easier to apply. But of course I am going to wait for it to dry before I add any colours to the leaves of the daisy. But we can carry on for now. This is a good moment to talk to you about Patreon. We do have a paid membership as well as the free, where you can have all your free outlines. So I'm going to pause this video and share with you a little bit about my Patreon, and then we can come straight back to this tutorial. Earlier I mentioned Patreon, which is where I slow everything down and go deeper into botanical painting. Alongside the free outlines, there are 3 membership levels for anyone who'd like more time, detail and guidance with me right here in the studio. Now, Clematis is the core membership tier. This is where I share longer, more considered botanical art tutorials, materials, outlines, reference photograph, in-depth process, so that you can create art that you are proud of no matter what level that you're at. And for those who'd like more personal support, my Rose tier includes everything from the other 2 membership levels, along with one-to-one time with me via video call, individual critique and a video response made just for you. Magnolia is my monthly mini tier. Now this includes shorter, more relaxed lessons, things like quick doodles, small studies, podcasts, and informal explorations that fit easily around your everyday life. Remember that if you're a member of the Clematis and Rose tier, you'll also have full access to everything in the Magnolia tier, so nothing is missed. All of the tutorials across Patreon are suitable for all levels. I teach using a learn to paint as you paint approach, so whether you're just starting out or whether you've been painting for years, you can follow along at your own pace. Patreon is also very easy to use now. Everything is kept in one place. You can use the search bar to quickly find the tutorial or topic that you're looking for without having to scroll endlessly. And if you're planning to stay for a while, do take advantage of the annual membership. My Patreon is about making space for depth, learning, and evolving botanical art practice. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, we'd love to see you there. Okay, so you can join Patreon and leave at any time. We'd love to see you there, and it's a way you can support my channel. All of my Patreon tutorials are written exclusively for my patrons. You won't find them here on YouTube. And remember, those free outlines are yours to keep, my gift to you. I'm just using a couple of minutes to just push that pigment into the outside of the daisy, just to sharpen it up. Now the background is still wet at this moment, so we can make a little application to the middle here, because it's not going to blur into that background. This colour is called Mirabelle. These paints are from Ray's Blues palette from Deep Deep Light. This is a lovely orangey yellow, perfect for the middle of this daisy. And the reason why I've got this little pot to my side here is I can actually push the brush into the base to clean it as I'm applying my paint. If I use a jar and I'm just wiggling that brush loosely in the jar, I find that it doesn't remove the pigment. But a flat little jar like this is perfect. You'll see me doing it in a minute. This is Green Woodpecker. I'm just adding it to the base and just dotting a little bit in the middle, and then just blurring a few colours here and there. The colour that I'm using here, this is Partridge. You can use any grey colour. This just adds a little bit of tonal variations to some of the petals, but you could use the green that you used in the beginning if you're using the same colours as me, or a watered down black would work just as well. I'm using a kind of burgundy colour for the stalk and just mixing it in with some of the green. The paint on the background is still slightly wet, so I need to be a little bit careful because I don't want it to blur into that background. Everything's dry now, and you saw me there just banging the brush into the bottom of the water to get it nice and clean, and we're just adding some dots to the middle with a mixture of a burgundy colour and a green. Of course, the paint does have to be dry at this point. The brush I'm using is a number 2 round, by the way, in case you're interested. The first brush was a Tintoretto 2. I'm going to stop talking and let you listen to the rest of this and watch the rest of this in peace, listening to some soothing music. But if you have enjoyed the video, could I ask you to give it a like? It's a way to support me and I'd really appreciate it. And you may want to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this kind of content. I'd love to see you here as a regular viewer. My name is Ray, this is my studio, and thank you for watching.